Hello guys, JFbutler. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do my 2022 Q&A video. I just decided to make this literally out of nowhere. The channel has been doing pretty good recently with the views and the subscribers gain. So I thought y'all should know a little more about me. So what I did was I just made a community post, asked you guys to post questions in the comments, and now I'm gonna play some War Thunder and answer all the questions. So I'm looking at the post right now. There is 13 comments, and some of these comments have multiple questions. So I'm gonna try my best while playing War Thunder and answer the questions. So let's get started. Alright, so the first question is from Shanut or Shanut. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. They ask, are you in debt from all the Lego purchases? Basic answer, no. Complicated answer, no, because I've been working for the past 5 years. Currently, I'm working part-time at a mattress store, and that gets me more than enough money to cover my Lego expenses. But while in high school, I worked as a cashier at a grocery store. And currently, I'm in college right now for a degree in computer science. I know that's kind of irrelevant, but that means I can only work part-time at the mattress store. But it's an awesome job, and I love it. It's really nice. All right, so the next question is from The Absurd, and they ask, what is your favorite regular Lego set? Very interesting question. And my answer here is based purely off of nostalgia. That would be the 2003 or 2004 Lego Star Wars Snowspeeder. That's literally like the first Lego set I ever bought. And that's why it's my favorite. I probably bought some Lego sets before then, but that's like the only one I can clearly remember. I can just remember being by my dad and seeing that blue box on the shelf. I was probably like 5 or 6 at the time. So yeah, that's my favorite regular Lego set. Hello, buddy. Oh, that's not going to save you. Bye-bye. All right, so the next question is from the Clone Brick, and they ask 3 questions here. Number 1, where do you get all the money? Number 2, oh, got some stuff here. Okay, you're dead. There we go. So yeah, they ask, where do I get all the money? Basically, same as the first question, I get them from my job. Oh. Shit. Oh god. But yeah, to answer your first question, where do I get all the money to buy this stuff? From my job. That's it. And your second question is, what is my favorite brick arms? I'll give you my top 3. Well, I know my favorite, and I'll give you the next 2. My favorite is the M1928 Thompson. The Thompson with the drum mag. I just really like how it looks. It's like kind of a old-timey gun, and it was also used in World War II. And my next 2 favorites are the Thompson V2 and the MP40 V3. I know those are pretty basic choices, but they're really good designs. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. And they also ask, what is my favorite food? My favorite food is pizza. That's it. Just really basic. Moving on to the next person, Ariam Perez asks, what started it all, and how come you're still going? 22 and still building Legos professionally is quite a milestone. Thank you. Also, what's your favorite color? I like old gray. Nice. So what started it all? Basically, I remember as a kid, I played the Call of Duty 3 and Call of Duty World at War campaigns, and I really liked those. Those were the World War II Call of Duties. And I also liked Lego at the time, and I decided, like, hey, might as well combine both of my interests into one hobby, and that's how it started. And we got a dodge a missile here. There we go. And we got a Tomcat. Me and the Tomcats. Oh, really? Going for a bombing run? Come on, bro. Okay, nice. Oh shit. Okay, nice. But yeah, it started from just combining my interests from Call of Duty with Lego. So, yeah. And how come I'm still going? Well, the reason why I'm still going is because it's just nice to have like a physical hobby, like something you can collect and work towards. Spending money on video games like sucks because you're just essentially buying pixels, and this stuff will not stay here forever, which is sad. But that's the truth. So having something real I can like keep forever, or at least for a very long time, it's just comforting to know. So that's why I'm still going. And also, it's just really fun. So yeah. Also, what's my favorite color? My favorite color would be, in terms of Lego, dark tan. Because dark tan is really good for vehicles, like camouflages, and it's also like really good for terrain. And oh god, Jägermeister asks 5 questions. Their first question is, will you make instructions in the future? Yes, I definitely will. And to get more specific, the next 2 instructions will be the SDKFC 251C and the SDKFC 231. Some of my most recent builds. It seems like you guys really like those builds, and there's a high demand for instructions for those. So I'm going to do them soon, and I think I'm going to price them at like $8 or something. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Your second question is, why is your channel so nice? Thank you, by the way. I don't want to answer that personally, because that would kind of be narcissistic, just saying that I'm a nice person. Who is nice and whatever is completely subjective. And I just try to live my life, just being nice as possible. So, yeah, that's it basically. Your third question is, what's your favorite stop motion movie? Oh man, this takes me back. My favorite Lego stop motion movie is from JS Lego Master. They're like a old school Lego World War II filmmaker, and I specifically really like their Battle of Ramel stop motion. It's literally taken directly from Saving Private Ryan, but it just flows really well. It's action packed, intense combat, stuff like that, and also like when you watch it today, it holds up like really well, even though it still looks dated. So yeah, that's my favorite Lego World War II stop motion. I know it's based purely on like nostalgia. Your next question is, how much money did I spend on Lego? I don't have a specific figure for you, but I can definitely tell you it's in the thousands. Probably over $10,000 over a period of like 10 years, for sure. Like considering all the Brickmania sets and the fact that I own the use. Oh shit. So yeah, it's like, probably over $10,000 over a period of 10 years. The vast majority of that is money that I've earned myself. And yeah, especially like considering I own the UCS Millennium Falcon and multiple Brickmania kits. It's a lot. But now, currently I'm spending a lot less because I'm designing my own models. I can just order from Bricklink. And for example, like a Brickmania Tiger 2 is like $500. But my Tiger 2, it's like $120 on Bricklink if you buy all used, which is way cheaper and very nice. So yeah, a lot of money, but currently I'm spending a bit less than if I were paying for normal Brickmania kits. And your last question is, what's your favorite movie? And my favorite war movie. All right, so my favorite movie is an anime film called A Silent Voice. It's based off of a manga. The plot is basically revolves around like a deaf girl, and that's all I'm going to say. I really like it for personal reasons. And my favorite war movie, it's a tie between Enemy at the Gates, because it's just like has cool action and a cool story, even though it's kind of inaccurate with the opening scene where like the people are, what the hell. So yeah, I really like Enemy at the Gates for like the action and the story, even though it's inaccurate with the opening scene, because Soviet soldiers weren't sent into battle with, without a rifle. Like, that's freaking crazy. So yeah, and my second favorite war movie is Come and See. It's a anti-war Soviet film about partisans in Belarusia in 1943. And it's like a pretty scary, like, just creepy movie to watch. Not only for the plot, because it's dealing with some very sensitive subject matters, but also for the fact that it's like pretty experimental with the cinematography. So yeah, that's my 3 favorite movies. Kind of shading. But yeah, moving on to the next question. All right, so the next question comes from Stop Motion Storm. Thank you for commenting so much, by the way. I really appreciate it. And they ask, how did you get into military Lego modeling? Now, I already explained how I got into Lego military, but how I got into making my own models is basically, it just comes down to like being fed up with Brickmania. Number one, because I didn't like their scale. I knew their like 1/35th was a little too big for me. And number two is because of the price. Like, I understand why they're so expensive. They employ a lot of people. They use all new parts. They have they have a lot of quality behind them. And that just missed. Okay, nice. But yeah, I didn't like their scale, and I didn't like their prices. And I knew I could spend way less if I just bought from Bricklink. So that's when I started making my own designs. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. The next question comes from Tiger131. You're a really cool dude, and I really like your builds. But anyways, they ask, what's your favorite tank? Interesting. My favorite tank would probably be the Sherman Firefly because, you know, I made literally 3 videos on it, which is kind of cringy and insane. But I also like the fact that it was the most powerful allied tank at the time. It used a pretty awesome cannon. It was based on a really reliable tank, the Sherman. And, you know, hey, it's not the most perfect tank. It was pretty cramped inside, but it did its job. It defeated the heavy German armor, you know, when it was there. So, yeah, that's my favorite tank, the Sherman Firefly. And there's a fat boy right here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, moving on to the second to last question. This question comes from TTP Productions, and they ask, how on earth can you make such beautiful models? Thank you. Also, do you plan to build in another scale? So, 2 questions here. The first question, basically, the reason why, why my models look so good is because I build directly off of blueprints. You should go and check out my how to build Lego tanks like a god. And I'll show you like my build process, or at least how I get the blueprints in the first place. And I gotta say, like, building directly from blueprints in Studio like makes a huge difference. You can really just get the shapes down easy. So yeah. And also it's just skill. Like, I've been doing this for a while now. My there we go. My first builds weren't that good, but over time I got a lot better and better. So yeah, it's just technique and skill. That's all. And your second question is, do I plan to build in another scale? I don't have any active plans right now, but I would like to build in 140 scale. I've been seeing a lot of builds in that scale recently, and it looks pretty attractive. So no promises, but I'm interested in 140. Oh god, I'm gonna die here. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. And the last question here comes from AJ on Blitz, and they ask, does the Lego Designer app you use work for mobile? I like to try and build some of mine, but a template would be helpful. Now, unfortunately, Studio is not available for mobile, and I'm not aware of any other programs, Lego Designer programs, that are available for mobile. So you may be out of luck there. But yeah, I highly recommend building on a laptop or desktop. If you don't have one, I recommend buying a used laptop for really cheap, like on eBay or something, and going from there. But it would be really cool if there's like a Lego Designer app. It's actually like a pretty cool project idea. But yeah, anyways, I hope that answered your question. And yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for asking me a variety of questions. And I hope this wasn't too cringe. And I hope the gameplay wasn't too bad. But yeah, anyways, I will end the video now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.